Yo-Yo and Vanessa.
Facebook, I am a U.S. citizen filing for my father. On May 1st, I made a payment and received confirmation from the NVC. Today, I received a letter explaining that all the payments and documents have been received and to wait to schedule an interview. But only one payment, $125, is taken from my account, not the $325 visa fees. Why did this happen?
Because Trump has a prohibition on immigrant visas right now.
29 Super C on YouTube asks, any update on the litigation action case against the temporary immigration ban that was in court in Washington, D.C.?
I do not, unfortunately, have one. I don't know. They were supposed to be in court this week, but I didn't hear what happened. But obviously, it's still in place. There was no injunction. I know that.
Cindy Requena on YouTube. I received my RFE to resend my medical exam because it was expired, so they could make a final decision on my AOS, which my daughter is petitioning for me. About how long will it take for me to receive a response from USCIS? There it is.
Magic 8 Ball.
We really might need to consider this segment.
Magic 8 Ball. This woman submitted some documents to immigration, wants to know when immigration is going to respond. Will they respond by November 30th? Let's pick a date, Magic 8 Ball, because we have to ask a yes or no question. It says concentrate and ask again. I wasn't concentrating. It's Friday. Magic 8 Ball, please tell me. This woman needs to know, and only I would know, and I said I wouldn't know, but the Magic 8 Ball would know when she's going to get a letter from immigration. Will it be before November 30th? It says ask again later. Even, the Magic 8 Ball doesn't even know this stuff. I'm just reading what it says.
All right. Manny on Facebook asks, if I come to the U.S. with a returning resident SB-1 visa, will immigration subject me to a public charge test?
Yes, they will, because if you're out of the country for more than 6 months, you potentially could have a public charge test.
Najla Danishyar on YouTube. My dad will be a citizen in 2 years. He's gonna petition for my widowed sister and her 3 kids soon, which usually takes 5+ years. Once my dad gets his citizenship, will that make the process faster?
Only by about a year, unfortunately.
Arnett Slobo on YouTube asks, my sister had an interview more than a year ago and we haven't heard anything yet from USCIS. It was a marriage-based interview. Can she file under the new law that was given to Liberians because she is qualified?
Yes,
we asked that
yesterday. We're getting yesterday's questions, I think. Keep going.
Bpin Donna Wade on Facebook. If someone marries a U.S. citizen but is living in his home country and the U.S. spouse doesn't want to file papers, will this marriage be called void marriage, or are they still married? Also, can the foreign spouse file the VAWA petition on his own in this situation?
You can
appreciate your expertise.
You can be a VAWA applicant from another country. You don't have to be physically in the United States to have been abused. Emotionally, or if your U.S. citizen spouse went to your home country and physically abused you, or you could have been abused emotionally. If it's a civil marriage, it's a real marriage. There's no void marriage. I mean, unless you get an annulment. I mean, you can get an annulment. I guess somebody can get an annulment and prove to a judge that it was a, marriage of convenience and business, and then a judge can give you an annulment based on the fact that it's a void marriage, but you just can't say it's a void marriage.
Okay, Chanel Simpson on Facebook asks, my wife and I have been married for approximately 1 year, and she forgot to change her last name on the joint bank account, which shows that we're living at the same physical address.
Yeah,
will this be a problem?
He called our show. I spoke to him about it. The answer is not a problem.
Okay, so this one's from Joan Conwell on Facebook. What if a daughter files for her mother from Jamaica and after 3 years she is mistreating the mother in the house? The mother is unable to provide for herself due to sickness. Can there be any legal action taken against the daughter?
Yeah, there's elder abuse, and also you can file a VAWA as an abused parent by an adult child. So if the mother doesn't have a green card, she could file a VAWA case against the child who's abusing her, and then there are obvious in every state, in every jurisdiction in the United States, there's elder abuse laws for criminal conduct against that person.
Nana Ama Otiwa on Facebook asks, my sister is a 2-year green card holder. She's in removal proceedings and now she's lost her job. She would like to know if she can apply for unemployment benefits without affecting her immigration case.
I don't know what she's doing in removal proceedings. I need to know a lot more.
Okay, God's got me on YouTube. I have a pending AOS applied for EAD renewal. Got a response that they're reviewing and doing a background check. What does this mean? And can I use the receipt notice to renew my driver's license?
You can use the receipt notice to try to renew your driver's license. Your work authorization is valid for 180 days if it's pending. It means exactly what they say. They're reviewing your case. It's under review. Now, review could mean they're waiting on your fingerprints to clear. Review could mean they believe that this is not a real marriage and they'll call you back for a Stokes interview. Review could mean, you know what, you're in a pile to be reviewed and we're busy and we'll get to it eventually. So review could mean lots of different things. I think your particular question is what's going to happen. And my guess is what's going to happen is you're going to be called for a second interview and you're going to get a Stokes interview.
Okay, Amy on Facebook asked, USCIS filed an I-130 for my husband in Brazil. We know he'll be denied at his interview due to overstaying his B2 tourist visa. Are we able to file the I-601 before the interview, or do we need to wait for his denial at the interview?
If he's already out of the country, you got to wait for the denial. If he's physically in America before he leaves, you would do a 601A provisional waiver.
Bright Astuse on Facebook, I actually lost my 10-year green card and I'm thinking about applying for citizenship instead of replacing the green card. I also don't have a copy of my green card. What are your thoughts?
File your citizenship. You obviously don't need a green card because you've been living without it. And just because you lost your green card doesn't mean you're not a lawful resident. And you don't need, you just submit your citizenship, but you're a lawful resident. End of story. You just don't have evidence in that particular green card. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.